This is the Astros Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Houston Astros, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Right back to the bad, the Houston Astros go as they fall in the finale of the three-game series against the New York Yankees tonight by a final of 8-4. Looking like they had a chance to make things interesting there in the ninth inning with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs. Unfortunately, Carlos Correa strikes out, Christian Walker follows, and the Astros lose the baseball game and drop the series on what was a homestand that was not overall a successful one for them. We're going to get into all of it here tonight on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Thank you for joining us. I am Michael Connor. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, watching live as always. Tonight's episode of this Locked On Astros Postcast brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Enter for a chance to win your dream golf trip for 2 to any golf tournament in the USA. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters tournament. Ends October 31, 2020. All right, what's the number one thing you walk out of this one talking about?
This is what you'll be talking about.
It's just going back to the lack of consistency that this team has consistently performed with over the last month, basically. You know, one night they get something great. The next night they get something really bad. And tonight, you know, Christian Javier started off really well in this game tonight. And then things kind of sputtered badly. You know, that's not what you need. You need him. We've talked a lot about the starting pitching. We know about the injuries. We know about the depth. We know that they've lost another guy now in Arrighetti down. And you're not going to get him back this year. Who knows? We'll see what the MRI results are about. But they have to have consistency. That's as simple as you can put it with this team. And tonight it was, you know, lack of consistent at-bats. You do have a pitcher on the other side, and Rodon that starts tonight that, you know, he's a good pitcher. He's had a pretty solid year. Is he living up to the big, huge contract he got there from the Yankees? Probably not. But he's not some schmuck out there on the mound. He performed. The Astros did not perform. They lose a half game tonight, by the way, in the West. They had a chance to pick up a half game. Instead of having a 4-game lead tonight, it goes back to 3.5 over Seattle. That's the good news. But just go look at this homestand overall. You know, you went and you won 5 games, and you went and you lost, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. It's a 10-game homestand. I had to remember how many games it was real quick. But this was a homestand that featured the Rockies, the Angels, and the Yankees. And they went 5-5. The average. But for where you're at in the season, you can't keep pulling off average. You got to pull off some extraordinary at times. You'd really like to put, you know, the West out of reach almost by the time you see Seattle at the end of September, which, by the way, is only a couple of weeks away. And it's like one night they've got it, the next night they don't. Javier tonight, by the way, 4 1/3, 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, allowed the home run. Bullpen behind him, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take the blame for Caleb Ort tonight, giving up a bunch of runs because I praised him yesterday. There's always guys on this team, on teams every year that you don't enjoy, and I have done plenty of, you know what, talking about Caleb Ort this year because it seems like every time he comes in, he gives up runs, and tonight was that night. Now, they have used him a lot recently, and they've had to. They've had to use a lot of guys. And they're in this stretch still where they're not getting a day off until Monday. They've got 3 more games before they get a day off. They're going up to Arlington here the next few days. Atlanta Rangers team has lost last couple against the Diamondbacks, which was good for the Astros and for the Mariners that happened. But, you know, it's a It's Rangers team has played better baseball overall of late. And it's not going to be a cakewalk by any means. Was there any kind of positive out of tonight? There's one. Only one. Talk about it. We'll talk about that Rangers series in a brief moment. Locked on Astros Postcast. First up, though, tonight, I need to remind you guys about the Astros could have used that spark tonight. That's for sure. It's time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime-flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. It's perfect for sinking birdies or making memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Whether you're on the course or just need a little extra push to power you through your day, 5-Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the bev cart. Sometimes you got to power through. You got to make it not just 18 holes, you got to make it 36 holes. And you need that boost. Who hasn't been there if you love golf like I do? Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. The grape, ginger, lime flavor of 5-Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without ever leaving the course or chasing down the bev cart. Now you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for two to any golf tournament in the USA. Tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters tournament. Ends October 31, 2025. And one more message before we get back to our Astros discussion after the loss tonight to the Yankees. Let's tell you about, well, maybe you want to get back. Look, there's not a lot of games left in the regular season, but you know what? There's nothing like catching a baseball game live. The energy of the crowd, the chance to see your team in person, but actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Queues, login screens, surprise fees. It's taking all the fun out of everything. That's why I use Gametime, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. Gametime is fast, easy, and backed by the Gametime guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. I love the zone deals too. Pick the selection. Gametime picks the seats, and you save big. Honestly, it's faster, cheaper, and less stressful than any other way that I've bought tickets in the past. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, ticket, go, download Gametime today. Astros losers tonight to the New York Yankees 8-4, dropping the series. It's never fun losing to the Yankees either. And there's one thing, I think if you go back through the years, I had to go look at the exact numbers, but I feel like the Astros overall don't always play the best baseball against the Yankees in the regular season. Postseason is a different animal. These teams probably aren't going to see each other in the postseason. I'd be completely shocked if that ended up happening. They both got super deep. That'd have to be another ALCS matchup. So we'll see if that happens. Is there a guy we can give this to tonight?
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Normally in a loss, I would not play that, but there actually is one guy that we can give it to because, well, the guy's been a freaking machine since he's been back. Yordan Alvarez, 2 consecutive 4-hit games. He's been on base, I think it's 21 out of the 35 plate appearances since he's returned from the injured list. I mean, it's downright stupid how hot and how good he is right now. His numbers on the season before the injury were atrocious in the brief, 20-something games, and he's just completely skyrocketed them since he's come back. Now, look, for the Astros getting better and playing better baseball, they have to have him continue to be that, and they're getting that right now out of him. So that is a good sign. Now it's off to Arlington. It's an important series. You cannot lose 2 out of 3 here. You'll let the Rangers right back into this race if you do. They're in it still right now, but you'll really put them right back in the thick of it, and you'll be in trouble in the American League West because you still have 3 more games with them as well before the end of the season. hopefully you can figure it out. Hopefully it's a bit of home cooking up there, like the Astros like to do sometimes when it comes to hitting in that ballpark. When the game wraps up tomorrow night, make sure you come back to this channel. Join me for the Locked On Astros Postcast. Enjoy the rest of your night, I guess. Forget about this loss as much as you can. We'll talk tomorrow. Locked On Astros Postcast.